everybody. Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia, where we revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to mid-2000s. Don't worry, we will take the bullet.
So, hopefully we sound a little different. We did a new setup, seeing if we can make ourselves sound a little better.
We're not as close together anymore.
Which is sad.
It's our studio setup right here.
Exactly.
It's a great studio.
Justin, what did we watch this week?
We watched The Mighty Ducks.
The movie.
Oh yeah, the
Movie.
movie.
No.
Not the TV show.
Not the hockey team either.
Oh, right. Well,
We'll get to that.
okay.
We'll get to it.
We just watched like the playoffs of the Mighty Ducks.
I think got taken out in the first round anyways.
Go Anaheim! Okay. Here's the theme.
Is there a theme?
Actually,
Okay.
there's a score.
We'll find.
I'll put
We'll find something.
If not, I'll put in the Mighty Ducks TV show theme. I don't know.
Okay.
Here come the Mighty Ducks, burning up the ice. Just try to stop the Mighty Ducks, and you're gonna pay the price. Here come the Mighty Ducks, fighting for the goal. Let's hear it for the Mighty Ducks. Time to rock and roll. Let's go.
All right. It's a pretty good score. Did y'all think so?
Yeah. I
be honest,
couldn't,
I didn't really pay
say either or. I wouldn't say it's a bad score. I wouldn't say it's a good score. I would say it's a score.
I think the only time I recognized it is when they're in the playoffs and they're playing like the Cardinals and all the teams other than the Sharks. And it was a pretty good little montage.
The
with
Sharks. The Hawks.
The Hawks, whatever. I'm going to say Sharks a lot then because I think I even wrote down Sharks. Okay.
I didn't really notice the score.
How did you? Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. How did you think they were the Sharks?
I don't know. Okay.
The whole entire movie they say Hawks. Whatever. Okay.
Okay, so I guess, Justin, do you want to say what you thought when you were a kid, or do you want us to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So,
We gotta say the plot.
No, I'll just say
right.
our experience with it.
so let me give you a little background why I love the Mighty Ducks. I got two things I love in
I'm
life.
rolling my eyes. Chris is too.
I hate you.
Good.
I love two things: Texas football and hockey. So this goes with the thing I love a lot. It's one of the first sport movies I kind of saw, besides like Sandlot, Little Giants. Besides the Sandlot, I think it was my favorite.
Did you watch this when you were little, John?
I watched this movie. Yes. I wouldn't say I've watched it more than 3 times in my lifetime.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah.
This is my 4th.
Well, 5th, because you watched it last season. And it's
I
like-
did, and then I watched it drunk though, and I didn't really remember a lot of it.
fair enough.
This movie was a little different than I remember.
So I know I've seen this before because I remember scenes from it, but I don't really remember like all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
there was a lot of scenes in this movie that I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it wasn't a big part of my life.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to? Who wants to do the plot?
I haven't done the plot in a while.
Yeah, go for it, John.
Okay, so you have this little. It starts off with this little kid, and his coach is telling him, "You need to make this shot, or we're gonna be really disappointed in you." And turns out he doesn't make the shot, and he is the coach. What is it? Bombay? Gordon Bombay?
Gordon Bombay.
Gordon Bombay. So he grows up to be this lawyer, and apparently he's a pretty good lawyer. He's a little sleazeball, a little asshole, but he's
a
a pretty
prick.
good lawyer. He's a prick.
Absolutely.
He is a
He's
prick.
fucking prick. I'm just saying. But so he gets kind of like this demotion almost, and he starts to drink, and then he gets pulled over for a DUI, and then he has to do this community service. Well, this community service includes him being a coach for a hockey team, and kind of fast forward.
Pee-wee talkie.
Yeah, pee-wee hockey team, not professional. It looks like a professional. The whole entire, they treat it like it's a professional team.
You're gonna go coach the
but
Penguins.
they're gonna coach middle school kids, basically. And fast forward, he gets all this equipment. He kind of is a good coach, and then he becomes a little of a bad coach, and then he becomes a good coach again.
Yeah.
And then they go to the finals, and they win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played a team that he
Oh, yeah.
played for.
They played the team that he played for when he was little.
The Sharks!
The
Sharks.
Hawks. The Hawks.
With the same coach. I think that's
Same
Yeah.
coach.
Which he
Who?
looks exactly the same.
He
It's
does.
like 30 years later, and he
They
looks
just made his
exactly the
hair
same.
wider.
Hey, when you're a pee-wee
pee-wee.
hockey team coach, you don't change how you look.
That's
You can
big
pay
time.
for the
Well, I was
plastic
about
surgery.
to say, do they, okay, so he was doing this for community service. I wonder
Bombay.
if the coach that's been coaching for like 30 years, I wonder if he gets paid.
Right.
Like,
What does he do on the
or
other?
does he just like to coach?
It would have been a pretty funny twist if he was like the janitor at the lawyer's office that Bombay worked at. Okay, so first scene is the credits, and it's like the dramatic flashback of Bombay when he is doing his.
He's a Hawk, and he's doing his penalty
Yeah.
shot. Which
And-
okay, go.
Well, I timed it. It's 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Those credits. That is so long.
Yeah.
You can already tell
I
the
did-
coach is a dick, too.
I didn't really understand like what they were until halfway through the movie, where there was like, "Oh, this is a pee-wee league."
Right.
I thought it was.
They're
I-
kids. How do you not know that?
I mean, I don't know. I thought it might have been like a rec league or something like that.
Right.
Oh, it is a rec league.
Right.
He's called Pee Wee.
How's there state finals if it's a rec league?
It's a movie.
There's a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
But
I
here's,
have some questions.
here's my-
so
here's
we'll
my
ask
question.
them later.
yeah, here's my question though. So he shoots the foul shot and misses.
All right, first of all, penalty shot.
He
Sorry.
shot a penalty shot
Okay.
because it's
Well,
the exact same situation as it is at the very end of the movie that it is at the very beginning.
Right. But here's my question: if he would have made it, they would have won. He missed it, so did they tie?
They tie. Okay. I was confused about this too because I was like, they had to be tied.
Right.
How did they lose the game?
Yeah.
Because they were celebrating like they won.
And then it said,
But
and then
later
the
on in
banner,
the movie, they said they went into overtime
Right.
and they lost.
and then the banner said second place.
Yeah.
If they missed, they would have tied.
But then he says later
I don't
on,
know.
after I missed that penalty shot,
Uh-huh.
we went into overtime. We ended up losing. He told Han that.
Oh, so that's how they lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they didn't lose off that shot, even though it was
They all
like
ran
a
out.
huge iconic moment.
He like collapsed on the ice and on the spotlight.
Just happened to be
I like
a
how they
spotlight
just
there.
like brushed past that. Because I was thinking the same. I was like,
Yeah.
how did they lose
Yeah.
off of one shot? They would have been down if he would have made it. They would have tied, or they would have tied,
Yeah.
and he would have made it, and they would have won. And it
Right.
would have still been tied. But that's what happened.
All right.
Fun facts?
Oh, we gotta do the fun facts.
We gotta do a fun facts theme. Okay, so you had to think about this.
No, I didn't.
It's
Oh
your
my God.
show,
It's-
dude.
I
This
didn't
is
think about it at
called
all.
the Justice Nostalgia Podcast. How did you not think of the theme?
I don't think that's what it's called.
Go ahead, bud.
All right, here we go. Hockey, Mighty Ducks, fun fact.
We're not laughing at. We're not laughing at the theme. We're laughing at his movements that he was doing.
Justin ramped up for it.
He put his shoulders up. He was flinging his arms around. Oh, it was great.
That's good.
Emilio Estevez, Gorm Bombay.
Yes.
I think this is the only reason why I know who he is. He did movies before this,
Yeah.
like even with Charlie Sheen. But Charlie Sheen was actually the guy who was
They're
supposed
brothers,
to do
right?
this. Yes.
Charlie Sheen and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Martin Sheen's their dad.
They offered Charlie it, and he refused.
Really?
So they just got Charlie Jr.
Right.
I
How
also
do you think
read
Charlie Sheen would have done in this role?
the exact same. I think
He would have nailed that drunk driving scene.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
right.
So, Jake Gyllenhaal also was going to audition, but his parents wouldn't let him. Not for the
For a kid.
role, but for the kid.
For the coach.
I'm a uptight lawyer.
He was supposed to be
His
Charlie.
clothes are way too big for him. He tries to go to the stand. You
Okay,
can't
guys.
see him.
The
He's
scene of
drinking
him
in the car.
the scene of him in the flashback was just him again. Did it age?
That was only last
It
year.
was a baby skating.
Why are you teaching us? Leo was supposed to be Charlie too, but he didn't get it.
He didn't get it?
Yeah, Leo DiCaprio.
That would have been a big hit.
I don't
Was
know.
it-
How big was he when this came out?
Who?
Leo DiCaprio? Was he was just kind of starting off his career, wasn't he?
Yeah, so I think he did like one movie before Titanic, and I think it was Romeo and Juliet, and I think that was like 96. So it was like 4 years before this.
Yeah.
So let's get to the drinking thing in a second.
Yeah.
So you see Gordon doing his lawyer thing.
Right.
I don't know if y'all paid attention while he was like walking through his office, but he was like, I did this, I scored with the
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
I
that
did
was
hear that.
hilarious because he was like,
30-0, I remain undefeated.
What about the Fraser case?
We don't count that one.
Why?
Because I scored with the court reporter.
The one you said had the intelligent body.
That's the one.
kids movie.
Hey, it's probably
oh,
accurate.
he also said that she had an intelligent body. I don't know what that means.
So
You haven't been complimented with that before?
I've never
Joe?
been complimented that I have an intelligent
You should
body.
use it on your girlfriend. That would work.
Oh, I should. We'll
So
see what
Mr.
happens. She'll just look at me like, what are you doing?
Keep us updated next week.
Okay.
So he gets demoted or something, or says you're not going to be the partner. I don't remember.
Right.
And so he starts drinking in his car. This is a kids movie, right?
Yeah, no, I wrote down this is probably the only time they've had drunk driving in a Disney movie. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
I
I
can't.
don't know.
The cop stops him. He says,
Okay, I'm taking you down to precinct. Breath, blood, or urine.
No thanks, I'm full.
It was a great line.
Yeah,
That was a good line.
so the original premise was really, really dark, actually. So the first write of it from it, when Disney bought it, it was supposed to be an ex-NHL player turned alcoholic who seeks revenge on his old coach.
That would have been a cool premise.
So when Disney bought the rights, they kept some of the drinking,
Yeah.
but then they put in a lot more comedy. That's why the beginning and like the middle and end of the movie are like so opposite in tone. Like, do you
Okay.
get that sense?
There was a lot of silly vibes stuff that I got in the movie.
Yeah.
That I felt like, I mean, I know it was for the kids' part, but it just felt so out of place.
Like the dog shit in the purse.
Yes.
That was so weird. Who does that?
That and...
The fart jokes
um,
in the limo?
That was kind of funny.
Goldberg! Of course you thought it was funny.
or like the Goldberg, like he's like tied to the, like the goalpost.
I thought that was like pretty cruel and unusual punishment there.
Them skating through the mall.
Yeah.
Very 90s.
which-
So I don't know if y'all caught it, but first scene with Bombay, he goes onto the ring or the ice in the limo,
Yeah.
and he's like really annoyed already with the kid.
Well, did you see how much they suck?
Yeah. I mean, it's like keep like running into each other. That was about it. But you guys know the redhead kid with the glasses, and he had that line that was like,
Pink Meister, Mr. Rebel Rouser, fasten the fuck open is Jesse Rudy, the Enforcer.
The Rob Schneider.
yeah. And in the background, you can see Emilio Estevez like laughing, and like I don't think they cut it. Yeah, I'll put a clip in the YouTube clip, but it's
What's his
pretty
name?
funny.
Averman or Everman?
He's
Yeah, that was.
Everman.
Something like
He's
that.
my favorite.
I'll say this: all the kids
Everman is
were
my favorite.
pretty good actors.
I liked it.
Yeah, none of them were bad.
Charlie, he seemed like he was overacting at some points.
Yeah, but he went on to do things.
Yeah, he did.
He was in Dawson's Creek.
The other guy, like the tall guy that could like shoot really hard.
Yeah.
He became famous.
A lot of those guys were in those 90s Disney movies. Like the other fat kid, not Goldberg, was in Heavyweights.
I did want to point out when they're in the limo, like when they all get in, like Bombay just like shoves Charlie, like just right down under the ground.
Yeah, he
like,
does.
Damn.
He's not a good guy.
You're right. He's
Bombay at the very beginning. He's not a good guy.
And it's like a flip switch when he talks to Hans.
Hans, yeah.
That's what he's
That's
like.
like a really important scene in the whole entire movie.
So the sporting goods guy was Hans, right?
Yeah.
In the second movie, it's his brother, Johns.
Oh, it's so good. What's another German name? I don't know. Let's just call him Johns. That's awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
So their first game is against the Hawks or Sharks,
No, Hawks.
depending on
The
which
Hawks.
version you watch, and led by Nick Saban, right? I mean, that's who that is.
Basically.
Yeah, he's Nick Saban. And I thought it was funny that they won 17-0, and he was like, "Hey, we should have beat them more."
I mean, he's got a point. They were terrible.
yeah.
Now, this is one of the things I didn't like about the movie, but it's a movie. The hockey they played, I don't think it would be that physical when you're kids.
Yeah. Hey,
You know,
watch your
I
mic
mean,
there,
it
bud.
could, I mean, I don't know.
There's a lot of
I didn't play
checking.
hockey when I was little.
There's a lot of checking.
They don't do that when you're little?
Like, even in the adult leagues, it's usually not checking. Unless
But
you're higher up.
The early 90s?
I don't know, but I know
Maybe this is
now,
one of those
no.
professional Pee Wee leagues.
John is convinced this is not a Pee Wee team.
I mean,
Nick Saban was coaching. I have to tell you
they were
something.
really good.
They were really good.
Which, with the kids going back to them, I thought was really funny. A lot of them lied about knowing how to play hockey.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it kind of fit the character.
Like when they were auditioning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So they had to teach them how to play it first.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yes, so a lot of these actors, they're actually playing hockey.
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of impressed with the amount of skating these kids did. They look pretty good.
I mean, it's not that difficult to learn how to skate
Yeah.
that well, but it's still pretty impressive. Because maybe
yeah.
a couple weeks, it would have taken them to get that way. Because, I mean, they're still it's just kids hockey.
Did y'all notice, though, at the end, Charlie, when he was taking his penalty shot, not foul shot, that he was not wearing his helmet
Yeah.
on the ice? What's up with that?
I don't know. It was
That was a
to
little
see
weird.
that it was Charlie. So who's your favorite character? You gotta have one. You can't just say the kids.
The kids. No, I like Charlie.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like
Do you
Goldberg.
relate to him?
No, but
You just like them.
I liked him.
Goldberg was pretty fun in the beginning.
The
I like
redhead
Everman.
guy.
Everman's
Is
my
that
favorite.
Everman?
The guy that like
The redhead?
yeah.
Yeah, this is the
Got the
swing.
glasses.
Bada swing.
Yeah.
Bada bada hum bada bada hum bada 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 swing bada bada hum bada swing
Everman.
bada bada hum.
It's hockey. There's no batter. Idiot.
Hum goalie goalie hum goalie goalie hum goalie goalie hey goalie 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 save goalie 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 hum goalie goalie hey goalie goalie hum goalie goalie.
So no
Oh, I like Banks.
Mr. Freeze
I like
reference.
Banks a lot.
I felt
No, I
really
did.
sorry for him.
What?
Banks?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the reason why.
Okay, good.
So he gets taken from his friends, all right? Because when Bombay does that, it's kind of sleazy.
Oh, yeah. That's
but
not cool.
it's the rules.
It is the rules.
It's kind of a moral gray area.
He's playing fair.
But that's Adam's friends, the
Yeah.
people he probably grew up with.
Right.
And but he comes in, like,
Yeah.
no complaints.
You're
And they
assuming
s-
things, Jesse. You're assuming that they grew up together. They didn't just
Well,
meet like
he
5
is-
games ago.
He is rollerblading with them.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they all masturbated together. Did you hear that? Did you
Pretty
hear that
much.
line? What?
Yeah. So
Did you
what
hear
were,
that
they, what were
line?
they doing? They were looking at
They were
Sports
looking at
Illustrated.
the Sports Illustrated swimsuit, and the Hawks roll in on their rollerblades, and they say, You don't even know what to do with that. Which I thought
pretty
was a little
funny.
much.
I thought he was a really good character because it kind of. You thought he was gonna be like a jerk or throw
Yeah.
the game,
Yeah.
but he was like, nah, "I just want to play hockey."
Yep.
And even in the ending scenes with that last game, his dad was still wearing a Hawks jersey.
I know, I saw that.
I was like, "You dick!"
Son
Buy
doesn't
some
play
Mighty
for that
Ducks.
team anymore. He's in the second movie, I think, like a lot more.
Isn't
Thanks.
he, Justin?
Yeah, he's in all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the main kids are.
Which is cool. Was
Do they like get rid of some characters?
In D2, they are the American team.
Yeah.
So
the
they get, like, people
American
everywhere.
Pee-wee Mighty Ducks?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Okay.
Who's the enemy? Russia?
no, it's Iceland.
Oh. Is he coached by Saban?
Basically, it's an ex-NHLer called the Dentist.
Okay. Can't wait to watch that.
I
I like
they lose.
Okay.
They do?
Let's keep going through the game.
Okay.
After they lose to the Hawks,
Right.
Bombay teaches them to cheat.
Which is so
Yeah.
great. It fits his character perfectly.
Like they're standing there trying to dive.
And then there's that scene with Charlie with like the stick like really close to his eye. He's
Yeah.
like, that's a good scene.
So,
But I
after
did
this-
like.
Oh, go.
Which I think is kind of realistic. I
Yeah.
honestly think some of this movie is pretty realistic up to a point.
Yeah, I like the scene right after that when the black dad, I don't know his name, but he comes and gets his kids out, and he was like, I like wasted my overtime for this. And I thought that was that's a good point. Like why Bombay should be upset with what he did and ashamed because of that. You know what I mean? It's not just kids playing; the whole family's involved. You know?
Yeah. So he goes to visit his like old mentor.
Hans Johns.
So and then he kind of talks to him and he kind of shows him that hey, you shouldn't have been doing like coaching the way that you were
Right.
coaching.
Stop being a dick.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So
Here's
then Han is his name, and he gives him like these skates, and then he laces up the skates, and he goes on this like frozen pond, which he has a flashback. Is it the same frozen pond that he sees his dad on?
Could be.
Probably.
Could
don't
be.
know.
I mean, set wise, it probably is.
But
I don't think
yeah,
they
he
picked
goes
it
to like a
off.
flashback, and
I think it is. Because he talks about how he knows the lake won't crack.
Yeah,
But how?
Because he
just knows.
skated
How many
on it.
limos has he taken on that thing?
A lot.
Okay. I mean, how many times has that happened in his life where he's seen a car just hanging on the ice? That he was
A
like,
lot.
maybe his dad used to park on there.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
We're assuming things.
Maybe that's how he died. Just went submerged in the ice.
That pond means a lot to him because he's still there.
They just he reads like down on the ground, just looking.
Just like a skeleton that sometimes floats up. So
They never say how he died though, did they?
No, it didn't.
They said his first year or the same year that he lost, his dad
Yeah.
died. Yeah.
So it goes to a flashback of him practicing on the pond, and he sees his dad. His
Mm-hmm.
dad gives him like I don't even know what he gives him advice,
Yeah.
and he remembers it.
And it turns. him
But
around.
that's like from that point on, the movie becomes to like a soft, like
Yes.
side type of thing.
yeah.
I put classic flashback to childhood.
Uh-huh.
Now he's a good coach. Classic buying montage. And classic training montage.
Yeah. And then classic. Now that I'm a good guy, I'm gonna bang your mom. Right?
Even Charlie
sure.
tries to get him laid.
He does.
Yeah, which is weird. It's so weird.
Did y'all like the jerseys?
Yeah.
I love those jerseys.
Pretty good.
I want one.
You sure you can
Okay,
buy
so
You can get it for like $30.
it?
so
You
what
do it?
happened was Bombay went to his like boss and said, "Hey, you need to give me $15,000 for equipment for
And
this
we'll-
Pee-wee team."
And we'll name it after you.
Okay, have y'all
Again,
seen
I'm pretty
prices?
sure this is a professional team.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen prices for hockey equipment?
It's expensive.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
15,000
Yeah.
for like 10 people?
Yeah. Skates. You got shin guards, shoulder pads, elbow pads.
Justin, you
gloves,
recently bought stuff for
sticks.
yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. It was like $600, $700.
And that's not even the good stuff.
No. It's pretty cheap stuff.
They got top end.
Are you gonna?
Because what did they
try out?
have? They had
Yeah, fall.
Inquirers taped to their shins that they were using before they got
That's
this
what-
equipment.
No wonder Goldberg is terrified. I'd be terrified.
They would. There's no
You
way
just
they
had
let you play.
magazines protecting you.
Yeah. What?
There's no way they let you play with
Oh
that.
no.
No
Again,
way.
This is Pee Wee.
Professional Pee Wee, led by Nick Saban and Hans Johns. Okay.
So let's talk about the professional teams in this real quick.
Okay.
So you have the Mighty Ducks. They are an actual team. They were owned by
Because-
Disney.
Because of this.
Yes and no.
Okay.
It was December 92 when they actually were in the NHL. Like, they were made. And then they started in the 93 season. And so they took the name from the movie.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't because of the movie, but they took the name from the movie. Does that make sense?
So they were already planning on having a team,
Yes.
but they named it after ducks because of the movie.
Yes. Disney was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
We got a name.
It's a successful movie. We'll call it Ducks.
So then the North Stars, the team in the movie, this was 2 years or a year and a half before they moved to Dallas.
Okay.
So they still had like the Dallas logo, but it was just the North Stars.
See,
So
that's
they
what
took-
I saw. I saw the logo. I saw Madonna. I was like, oh, that's Dallas.
Yep. But no, it was the Minnesota team.
Okay.
Minnesota team.
Which makes more sense why
Yeah.
they would be there.
Yeah.
It'd be 2 years later they become the Dallas Stars.
So we kind of talked, now that we're talking about them playing all these other Pee Wee teams, let's talk about all the ridiculousness of it. Like, do they all have their own rinks? Because the rinks they play in has like Hawks logo and Cardinals logo.
Yeah.
Like, they have their own rinks for these Pee Wee teams. Is that how Minnesota is?
There's a lot of hockey rinks.
Yeah.
It could be.
It could be.
It could be like the town, like every age group
Yeah.
has a team, and
Could
you
be.
just go up it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how it is, but I'm just making an excuse.
That's pretty legit.
Right.
It's a movie.
No, I know.
All right, so they go
We need to
through all
have
the
a
games.
Minnesota person come over here just to tell us.
Hey, we probably have a listener.
We
from
just call
Minnesota.
them.
If you're from Minnesota, email us. Let us know if you're a Hawks fan or a Cardinal.
What other teams were there? Don't say Sharks.
The Mighty Sharks. No,
Who was the team that got measles in it out of four?
The Panthers, I think.
Was it the Panthers?
I don't think it's the Panthers. Maybe it was.
It's funny.
So
There's a lot of.
they're going through these games, and he meets his old coach again, and he starts talking to him about his team or whatever. He calls them like a bunch of losers, like
They don't deserve to live.
something like that.
Which
And
is
the
a
kid-
weird thing to be sarcastic about.
And the kids took it seriously.
Very seriously.
He's like, they should all be frozen in that ice rink with my dad.
They should have all died that day.
And then after that, you see him brought in by Ducksworth, his lawyer boss.
Ridiculous.
The whole
This is
switch.
when the movie starts to get out of like reality
It goes
and
south.
into a lot of comedy.
What the hell? Why does this lawyer care? He knows the dad of Banks. That's the only connection.
So what happened in this scene was he beforehand he wanted to get this kid called Banks, and he said because of the district drawings he needs to be on my team and not the Hawks team, aka the Sharks.
Stop encouraging him.
I'm encouraging him a little
I love
bit.
it.
So next scene is his boss, like the head of his law firm, and the Banks' dad, and then the
Saban.
Hawks coach,
Saban, yeah.
aka Saban. They're all in a meeting, and they're like, "Well, we talked to the league. They're gonna let Banks stay on the Hawks team if you just drop your protest." And he just says, "No,
Right.
I'm
Quack, quack, quack.
quack quack." He starts quacking at his boss. No, but beforehand, his boss goes, "Okay, you can either drop this or you can lose You could lose your job
Yeah.
or drop this, basically.
Which
Can
would
you
never
fire
happen.
somebody for
Which-
that?
No.
Okay.
He gets sued.
But you could fire. You could say you fired him because of the DUI,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, he would have a legit reason
Yeah.
to fire this guy. But
He was
Still-
blackmailing
this is-
judges.
okay, but if you were Bombay, would you give up a lawyer job that you spent so many hours trying to get? You took the bar, everything. You went to law school over a pee-wee hockey team
He was
that
thinking,
you don't even know is going to make the playoffs at the time.
And then in the classroom,
Uh-huh.
in that same blue ball scene, they like start fighting, and then they're quacking at the principal. He just says, "Bring me these children. I'm his coach."
I'm
Here's
a
a list.
Pee-wee hockey coach.
I need to see
I have
them.
a big van parked outside. We
I
need
was-
to go.
I was watching him practice, and
She's a terrible principal. Anyway,
She told him exactly what room they were in.
they're like writing on the chalkboard, "I will not quack at the principal." It's
So
pretty
good.
funny.
so good. Yeah.
I mean, was that like a penalty for you doing everything, like writing on the wall? Like, I know it's in like movies and TV
No.
shows, but did you ever have to write something on the wall for doing something bad?
I don't think so.
I don't think I ever did.
No.
Let's talk about Reed, slapshot guy.
Fulton Reed,
Yeah.
1 in 5.
1 in 5. He shoots. What I mean, what y'all think of that?
Who you talking about?
He gets a bigger role.
The guy
in, like,
who
Felton?
hits the crazy slap shots.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty cool character.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is. Do you know what his name is now? Like his actual name?
No.
Obviously, it's a very unrealistic about the puck like flying like that,
Breaking the net.
Yeah,
And
it
all-
breaks
all the-
glass,
and all the
and
kids
and
have time
goes,
to get out of the way.
and it goes through a hockey net.
Now, breaking the glass, that's not weird.
From
The
a
net
Pee
thing
Wee
is-
League again. I'm convinced this is
If
This
you-
kid is
professional.
roided up. There's no doubt.
If you saw, okay, how old was he? He had to be like 18.
Breaking the
next
glass
to like
is not
12-year-old actors.
The net
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. What
But breaking
about
the glass
pushing
would
a
happen.
goalie into the net with you with the puck?
Yes. No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we get to the finals. Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah. Because the way they get
I
some of the
know where I
goals-
know him from. I'm sorry.
What do you know him from?
John, we talked about.
Think of
interrupting.
Daredevil.
No, that's not him.
Yes,
That's Foggy Nelson.
I'm looking at
that's
that.
Foggy Nelson from Daredevil. How he finds him is
He breaks the
he
glass.
breaks the car's window with a hockey puck
Yeah. And he's like,
in the alley.
in classic Bombay, he's like, I will not send you to jail if you play hockey for me. Classic blackmail by Bombay.
Did he say, I'm going to
No.
send you to jail? I was like, what?
I made that up.
When did that happen?
It was in between the lines. I caught it.
Okay. I'm going to send
lied.
you to the slammer.
So they blow through the playoffs pretty easily, and then they play the Hawks Sharks in the final.
Hawks/Sharks.
So immediately they're down by 3 because they're just getting wasted.
Yeah,
And then
Within
they,
the first 10 minutes?
yeah,
yeah. And then Banks goes on a breakaway.
Yeah.
And he gets cross-checked from behind, and he hits head into the goal post.
Can I
But he
say-
scores.
Which, if you look at that cross check, he like barely touched him, honestly.
Yeah. But he did hit the goalie and like hit his collarbone on the goal net. Did,
Yeah.
Okay,
That
this
would have been
is-
a penalty shot.
That's my favorite line. So one of the Hawks Sharks was like Banks' friend still, and he was like, and the one that like hit. Oh, they hit him because Saban told him to.
Yep.
Right. And then so the friend,
Same.
the friend is like, "What did you do?"
My job.
Be like, my job.
Very dramatic.
Very dramatic.
What'd you do? My job.
So when he goes in the penalty box,
Yeah.
the coach is like, yeah. Like right
Which I
beside
don't
him.
know how no one saw that fist bump.
Same
All right,
story,
anyway,
sure.
Bombay's like, we're not going to stoop to their level.
Right.
So they bring out Felton or Reed or
Who
whatever.
does stoop to a label and flips him over.
Well, he scores.
He scores, right.
Which, okay, I had a question about that.
1-1,
does
coach.
Does it count if the goalie gets hit by the puck and it goes through, like it pushes the goalie into the net? Does the puck have to pass
Yeah, I
at a
feel like
certain point?
that's probably happened before, like where it hits
Puck has to
hand.
pass the red line completely. Doesn't matter how. Except if you can't kick it in and you can't like swat it in above the net.
Interesting. So even like
because that puck pushed the whole entire goalie into the net.
stupid.
And then the ballerina chick like
straps.
spins with figure skates on and then somehow scores the goal. Because they're like, ooh.
It's a girl.
And then they check her, and that's when Fulton goes over
And flips the kid
him
over. Yeah. And he gets kicked
apparently,
out.
because apparently they're dating.
I guess is that they say that?
Oh, we skipped the whole like love interest that the coach has with Charlie's mom.
Yeah,
which is kind of
Justin.
weird.
Who cares?
So what's up with that? Like they go on a couple dates. He says, "I want to move into the fantasy house you have," and she freaks out. You remember
Is
that?
that what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. At
She's
the-
like, "You're not committed."
I felt it was
Okay,
really
yeah.
forced.
It was
So-
very forced.
Oh, that interest. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
It
just- I
kind of
didn't
comes
care
out
for
of
it.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Because she hates him, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, like the next scene,
Yeah.
she loves him.
And then the scene with him like tickling Charlie on the ground,
Which is super creepy.
and she's like watching.
And she was smiling.
She was all loving it.
She was like all about it.
Oh, we'll get you.
Yeah. Yeah, super
For
weird.
the
But
kids. And for the moms. And for the creepy dads.
it's a scene for everybody, really.
It's got everything.
They never really say why she left her husband, right? They say they left them.
No, the husband left.
Oh, the husband.
No,
left, yeah.
it said that Charlie and the mom left.
Ding.
Ding.
Dad left.
So this interest, it doesn't really evolve over time.
No.
It just kind of, he gets to know Charlie, and Charlie's like one of his, I guess, his favorite on the team.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely his favorite after the tickles.
Wow. Tickle! Tickle monster's gonna get you.
Creepy. So one of the scenes is Charlie, he's like pimping out his mom.
Yeah, he's like, hey, this is what she
He's
likes.
like, yo, because Bombay, he goes, why don't we go to this light festival
Yeah.
or this? And he goes, well, I got a lot of homework.
Yeah.
But you and my mom could go by yourself.
Buy
Here's some
her,
condoms.
buy her some wine.
Be home by
Panties
1.
will drop. Am I right? High five!
You would have said that. That would have been so funny.
God. Okay.
That's awful. Okay, let's skip ahead.
Okay. So
Two.
back to the game.
Well, I was gonna say, she kind of like goes off on him. Basically, she goes, "Well, if you don't want a kid in 10
Yeah.
years, like,
Yeah.
don't even bother with me."
Yeah.
Which is kind of.
Which is why she's still single.
I was about to say she did that to every single guy she was with. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised she's single.
Yep. Justin.
I mean, I wouldn't
What?
make her single. I'm just saying.
I didn't care about that part.
Okay. You didn't like the love story part?
I was just like, this is stupid. I didn't pay
yeah.
attention.
Anyway, so the finals.
So we already talked about Fulton, the ballerina goal, and then the flying V
Yes.
from the Oreo line.
It would work so well. Why don't most teams do the flying V?
Yeah, I would not.
I feel like you could just like it's like a bowling pins. Like you could just push the first person and they would just all go down.
Or just like go on the other side of the V and find the puck.
Just go behind them.
Yeah, exactly. We have a way to beat it.
And it would be interference for what they did because they all kind of go off and they start shoving all the kids.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's your
That was kind of
interference.
funny.
Man, the announcer. I don't know if y'all like caught anything of them, but
No, I
it's
didn't.
funny. Like they're like, it looks like a bird's flying V. When Reed flips over the kid, they have a full announcing thing for it. They're like, Reed goes up to him. Reed, oh, he flips him over.
I didn't recognize that.
If they have their own arenas,
Yeah.
obviously they're going to do it on radio.
Sure. Well, they probably have the.
And they have a newspaper too,
Yeah, that's right.
which I don't
They're always
understand.
on the page.
Again,
Finals.
I'm not convinced this is just a Pee-wee team.
So then it comes. They tie it up, and it comes down to Charlie's shot.
Yeah, because
Which should he have taken that shot?
what?
Should he have taken it? I mean,
What do you
Like,
mean?
what do you?
well, they're
talking
all like. So he's the one that gets fouled, but the ref says anybody can take it, and everybody's
foul.
surprised when Bombay says you should take it.
about? You should
not
finish
foul.
what you started.
Penalty.
says.
God damn it, Justin.
Yeah, is that like a rule? So if you get like with no time left, if you get like shoved and there's a
Hooked.
penalty shot, can anyone on the ice shoot it?
No, usually it has to be the person who got the penalty.
Oh, okay.
So the
Why
only
would
reason
they
he would
just
have
say
a,
that? Why do you have to put in the fact that? Well, Charlie, you need to finish what you started. Man.
Yeah,
I mean, the rule might be
because
different
it's his
for
favorite.
kids.
What?
The rule might be different for kids.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
But it's because it's his favorite. That's why
Yeah.
he gets to do it. Yeah.
And he's
And
begging
he-
his mom. He's be like, I'm
Remember
getting
back
some
in-
brownie points.
it makes sense.
He gives her a little wink. Good.
You just got to make that shot.
It makes sense because remember back in the beginning, it showed Charlie on a breakaway and he fell.
Oh.
So they were like, he always messes up, and Bombay was showing him the triple deke.
Yes.
You know, left, right, left.
Triple D.
You know,
He was showing his mom the triple D. So Charlie makes it.
Woo!
He makes it, and then
Parallels,
everyone
yay.
celebrates. I really wish that it could have cut to like Nick Saban's team because he like when they lost.
Yeah. Well, he said if y'all
If they
lose,
lo-
I'm kicking you all off the team.
Yeah, you won't make the team next year.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't.
Did they show up in D2? Or is Saban gone?
Maybe Saban had the heart attack. Oh yeah, the reason why Bombay's their coach is because their last coach had a heart attack, and they said it was an arm injury.
Yeah. Okay. The conversation is, oh yeah, our old coach had an arm injury. Yeah, he was out here, and he was like, oh, and then Bombay's like, heart attack. Like that's totally normal to guy have a heart attack over a Pee-wee team.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all want to like start wrapping up? Favorite
Yeah.
characters, favorite scenes.
So
Anything?
obviously, my favorite character was Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. Oh yeah, he's a winner.
No. Averman was my favorite. No, I loved him.
Yeah.
He has some
The
really
Rob
good
Schneider
lines.
kid.
He has some really good lines.
Yeah, yeah,
goalie, 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 goalie.
yeah, yeah. He was,
My favorite line was had to be the score because it was just so out of nowhere. I'm like, this is a Disney movie. Dang.
it's really pretty early on.
That and she had an intelligent body, which I still don't know what it means, but I'm interested.
Favorite character, I guess, would be same guy. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
I like
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah,
I like Adam Banks too.
yeah.
I think a lot. I wish we talked more about him because I think a lot of the stuff that happened to him was unfair. Like he was pretty mature.
He
Yeah.
handled it well.
He was like, I just want to play.
Yeah.
So I really liked him in that regard. His dad was a dick too.
Oh yeah.
Like we talked about how he was still wearing the Hawks jacket.
Yeah.
And he shows back up, but he's always getting hurt.
Banks is.
Yeah,
Because he's the best player.
Yeah,
So yeah.
they don't have like him winning everything.
Right.
You know.
I
Yeah.
think in the second movie, Banks is my favorite character.
Is it?
Yeah.
They build
Because I
on him more.
remember him a lot in other movies. I was surprised that I didn't see him that much, how much I remembered him.
Yeah.
Is
Alright.
that yours? Is that your favorite? Banks? Yeah.
Okay.
What's yours?
Probably the same character yours was. I mean, there's nobody else really.
Go,
That was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought Goldberg was overly annoying.
I thought it was
He had a
fine.
couple jokes.
Charlie was down to earth. He was very
Yeah.
down to earth. I
Yeah.
thought he was the same as Banks. He was Birdie and
Yeah.
mature.
Yeah.
He creeped
Oh.
me out. Him trying to pimp out his mom.
Did y'all catch the last scene when so Bombay goes off to try out for the minor leagues?
Yeah.
They give
And
him all the coach speak.
yeah. And then at the end he kisses the
Love
wife.
interest, yeah.
Did y'all see Charlie's face? I'll put a clip of it on
yeah.
YouTube. But like he was like shocked for like 45 seconds. He was like he's just like in awe. But he holds the face for so long. It's really I cracked up. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and then he said at the very end of the movie that no matter what happens, we will be back next year because we have to defend our title. Hint, hint.
against those damn Icelands.
Even though they became Team America,
Yeah, so I mean,
not
not the Ducks
Pee-wee.
anymore. Okay, final
John, what'd you
thoughts?
think?
All right, so this movie was a little bit different than I remember it being when I was drunk and watched it. There was some stuff I didn't like about it. It was just a little too corny at some points. But for the most part, I did like it. So I'm going to give you a point.
Woo! I wasn't expecting that. 'Cause I thought because you gave
I
it
know,
up.
it's a twist.
What a twist.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Okay, it was
You
good.
didn't seem like you were torn about it when you were explaining it, but
I-
when it comes to the points, we're going to be a little
Oh.
stingy over here.
No. Here's my thought. It's a very, very standard kids movie. And a very, very standard kids sports movie.
Yeah.
And I know it's like one of the first ones, so I'll give it a little bit of a pass.
Was this before Sandlot?
Yes.
Even if it
what
wasn't.
What about Little Giants?
Yep.
Was it before
Yeah.
that too? Really?
And the one I compare
What
it
year
to the
was it? Oh, I'm
most,
sorry.
I think it's like a. Wait, what was that?
92.
Okay.
I think it's like almost spot to pot with Cool Runnings. Like I think it's almost like the close to the same movie. And given Cool Runnings is based on a true story, but not really because it's very different than what actually happened. But like they don't have any uniforms, they get a weird coach, and then the huge underdogs and they make it to the final.
Yeah.
We'll talk about. I want to watch that.
Cool.
sometime.
Cool Runnings is one of your favorites.
Yeah, it is. We'll watch
I like
it some
Cool Runnings,
point.
too.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So, okay. I
But what?
you say this is the closest to Cool Runnings, but it kind of sounds like you didn't like the movie.
Well, because it was the close to the same.
He's talking about plot points.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this came out before Cool Runnings, so I have to give a little bit of credit. You know what I mean? Like this. So I'll give you a point.
Yeah.
I was really. I didn't know how I
I'm
felt.
I'm
about
on
it.
the edge about that point.
Yeah,
but
me too. But I
I'll
will
take
give you a
it.
point.
0.75.
No.
I was going to this
Yeah.
thinking I was going to hate it
Uh huh.
because that's how I feel with a lot of stuff I used to watch. But I was entertained. I wasn't bored. I had a lot of fun with the jokes, even though they're corny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Silly.
No, like, you knew it was going to happen. Standard. Like,
Yeah.
Predictable.
Predictable sports movie.
But it's one of the few hockey movies I can think of, besides maybe Slapshot or The Goon, that I really like.
Sure.
I've never even heard of any of those. Have you?
Yeah, I just went with it.
The Goon?
We're watching that next.
That's got Stifler in it. It's actually pretty funny.
Okay.
But anyways, I think we need to watch D2.
Okay.
It won't be
I
good.
honestly agree with that. Because
fine.
I think I remember liking the second one a little bit more than the first.
All that stuff people remember is from D2, actually. Because it came out a little later,
Okay.
I think.
Oh man, I lost my train of thought.
Is Emilio Estevez in all three or just two?
All three.
Okay.
He makes a cameo, sort of, in 3.
Okay.
3
He's
sucks.
He's not the coach anymore.
Three sucks.
I hate 3.
Okay.
2 is my favorite out of the 3.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, we should watch it.
Yeah.
I expect y'all to like it, though.
You don't
I
expect
expect y'all to
like
like
two?
this.
You didn't expect us to?
I expect you to.
Yeah.
It's kind of torn a little bit. Like, I like some of it, and I didn't like some of it. I don't feel like it's worth a point, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's worth 0.5 either.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the middle.
I feel like it's very forgettable. I'm not going to remember really anything from this movie, I don't think.
And that's why I feel like I don't remember anything when I was a kid.
Yeah,
There's nothing really memorable about it.
But
But at the same time, just like Justin said, I wasn't bored watching this movie.
No. I mean, some of the jokes
You guys will
didn't
probably
land.
be bored with the next one we watch. But.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think all the jokes landed specifically, but it was fine.
Like us. Some of our jokes don't land.
We're just fine.
Are we forgettable?
Yeah.
We're okay.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
All right.
I
feel good.
Yeah. So me and Justin are tied. Okay. Hey, while we're still talking about sports movies, let's rank them so far. So we've done Space Jam, Air Bud, and this. So y'all, let's rank them.
Okay. Space Jam is first.
Okay.
In my opinion. Space Jam's first, in my opinion. Then this, then Air Bud.
Ducks, Jam, Air Bud.
Air Bud.
you have to say that.
Space Jam, then this.
Damn it.
So we all agree, Air Bud first. That's what I gathered. No. Okay. All right.
I think Space Jam got the highest.
Yeah.
It got 1 first and 2 second.
Yeah.
So together, it's Space Jam, Ducks, your
Air
piece of
Bud.
shit movie.
It wasn't that bad. I gave you a point for it, didn't
It was
I?
bad.
Yeah, you did.
No, it was bad.
Yeah.
We know Justin.
It was very sad. He just doesn't
bad.
care about
He doesn't give
dogs.
I hate dogs.
That's it. Yeah. So we're tied. Justin
That's right.
is ahead of John.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
He'll probably stay. I
he's
thought,
good.
I thought I was going to get some points for Batman. I thought
you got some from me.
I
You
got
did.
a half point.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought it was a
I thought I was
gimme.
going to get 2. That's okay. It's okay.
Joke's
It's okay.
on you.
I can handle this, guy.
And you're not gonna get one next week. So tell us what we're watching next week.
I'm not going to get any points. But you guys are going to have to watch it. Okay, so we are watching Dragon Ball Z, but we're going to change some stuff up. We're going to change some stuff up a little bit, just so they can enjoy
Justin's already asleep just thinking about it.
just so they can enjoy this a little bit more.
Okay.
We're going to watch Kai, and we're going to watch the Frieza saga.
So Frieza Saigo, I think, is 3rd season.
Freezer?
Frieza?
Frieza.
Freezer?
Mr. Freeze. The Ice Age!
Did you say that? Goku, the Ice Age coming.
I'm not going to the cooler. Okay, but so Kai is season 2 saga.
Yeah, Kai season 2 saga.
Okay, so
Or Kai the Frieza saga, but we're going to watch Dragon
Just-
Ball Z the season 2. Kai.
first season we watched Dragon Ball Z, the full one. Second season we're watching Dragon Ball Z Kai, which cuts out a lot.
It cuts out all the filler episodes and
It's-
all like the useless
So we're gonna watch
information
5
that you don't
episodes.
need to know for the story. We're gonna watch about 25-ish.
So if you want to
episodes or
be
something like that.
if you want to be hardcore, watch it all. You can
You
watch the
You
Frieza
should.
saga.
You
Basically,
know exactly what we're talking about, and you guys are gonna enjoy this. It's gonna be awesome.
Justin's asleep.
Oh, I don't.
Okay.
Wake your ass up.
Well, I can't wait.
So excited. It's going to be so good.
It's gonna be great.
I hope.
Okay, hey,
Goku
guys,
charges
I gotta
out for
say
15
this.
minutes. Yes.
I watch Dragon Ball Super, which is the thing that's going on right now.
Yeah.
That's the only cartoon that I watch right now.
Is it good?
It's great.
Are we going to go all the way through Gifted and
We're gonna go all the way
Talented?
through Dragon Ball Z, and then
Super
Gifted
Z,
and Talented.
no, we're not gonna do that.
Mega Z.
Cool. All right. So Dragon Ball Z Kai, Frieza Saga, next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't wait.
So
Okay.
excited.
So, John, where can you find us?
Oh, you can find us at Another Man's Pod when it comes to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram,
And Gmail.
and Gmail if you want to do that.
We're gonna take a break after I'm gonna need some time.
Like 8 months.
the podcast is just gonna end right here.
Yeah.
Justin's
so-
gonna have his own podcast now. Thanks for
That's right.
being a guest, by the way. I really appreciate
It's
it.
6 hours of heavy breathing.
You need to get a permanent guy in here.
We do. We do.
Okay, that it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank
Alright.
you guys for listening. Bye bye.
Peace.